Harley, and I'll be talking to you about body image. Body image is something everyone struggles with. Body image is what you feel when you look at yourself in a negative or positive way. Women go through it the most, and it's based on how they dress and how they look, how they act, and it's due to society and economic aspects and a lot of the movements that have occurred throughout history. And those movements created the power that women have now, but even now, women still struggle, and they go through it in many different ways, from catcalling to being called lesbian, from how they dress to eating disorders, having no confidence in who they are, what they wear, going out into society and being looked at. And these issues are very common now, and most women kind of look the other way because it is so common, and that's not what should be going on. Like, it is a major thing. Women started getting into work around the 1920s, and it progressed over the years. And it created a lot of controversy because women weren't known to work. It was the men that worked. But with women being introduced to the workforce, their style changed. They wore pants and overalls, and due to that, they weren't really reliable on wearing dresses and skirts. So they preferred to wear pants and overalls. And that created a lot of opinions because their style was tomboy, and it was more comfortable for the work that they were doing in the factories and other areas, and it was just more practical for them. This was different than previous years because women were known to accentuate their breasts and their waists and be skinny with lots of makeup and big hair. And obviously these changed throughout the years, but that was the main thing that women were known for, was to have their body be accentuated. Around the 1980s and 1990s, modeling in movies became a really big thing, and women were the main attraction to these major things. And you had to have a slim body, you had to be skinny and have big boobs, and that's just what it was. And a lot of women use that as their model in life because that was the ideal woman for that time. And it caused a lot of issues with eating disorders and women using supplements to have this slim waist, to be skinny and have thin legs. And it was really relevant then, and it still is really relevant now. And it never really went away because obviously young girls and young women still look at these models and these movie stars as a model for how they want to be, for how they want to look. Everyone sees, hears, and experiences body image in several different ways based on their race, their ethnicity, their gender, their identity, and so forth. And it can be really hard growing up and having these issues and knowing that they are real. I have blonde hair and blue eyes. I'm white, and I'm not so lucky in certain areas like my friends and my family, but that's okay. I'm Irish German, I'm Polynesian, and I'm Native American to the northern Mexico region. And looking at me, you probably wouldn't have guessed that just because I do look white. But I have experienced many difficult things throughout my life growing up, just because I don't look like my mom and my siblings. They very much look Polynesian and Mexican, and my dad and I look very much white with red hair and blue eyes. And because I have struggled with not looking like of the ethnicities that I am, I don't have the long curly hair that's red. I don't have the tan skin as most Polynesian women would have. And I've always wanted to be those girls, and that's just not what it was. I tried so hard to be those girls, and due to that, I created an eating disorder. I would not eat for days on end. I would only eat very little food. And when I realized that I was just really skinny, I realized that wasn't doing anything for me. It just made me more self-conscious because I was so skinny. I started to eat a lot of food. I was binge eating. And that also didn't end up being healthy for me either. I would create myself as this person. I would curl my hair, I would wear lots of makeup, I would binge eat, or I wouldn't eat. I would go back and forth, and it was very unhealthy, and I struggled a lot with my confidence, and a lot of women go through that. And it's very sad that we do, because we want to be able to be somebody that somebody likes, or we want to impress somebody, or to just make ourselves look good, but then we feel bad afterwards because we get catcalled and because we get looks from other girls and other people, and it's very difficult to be able to be in somebody's shoes where they're having this struggle. As individuals, we can take steps to make sure everyone feels like they don't have to change who they are to be liked by society. And to be able to walk down the streets without being looked at or catcalled because we're wearing something revealing or something that we like to wear. And to not be judged because we look a certain way. And I think creating a positive environment is what can be the most impactful for women and for anybody, because creating that safe environment for women will make them feel so much better to be who they are, wear what they want to wear, say what they want to say, be able to have the confidence to be like, I'm pretty, I'm powerful, I'm smart, to be able to talk to somebody that is there for them, that they are comfortable talking to about if they don't feel like themselves, if expressing how you feel, and being able to take those days and like, okay, today we're going to just lay in bed, or we're just gonna watch a movie, or we're gonna go out, do something for yourself. It's very important that we feel comfortable, and that we feel comfortable with who we are, because at the end of the day, it's not the people around you that dictate who you are. You are the ones taking those steps to be yourself and do what you want to do. Giving someone a compliment and talking to someone to make sure they are okay, and taking a mental day to relax and de-stress and from all the chaos outside is always okay. And there are resources that you can take if you can't do that.